Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening to day 12 here. If you're watching, we're in Tenerife, if you're watching from the UK. So we're a little bit ahead of you with regards to lockdown at the minute. So
We're a little bit behind Poland, I think. They started lockdown a little bit earlier than we did.
So yeah, let us know how you are in the good old UK. Because I think, what are you on now? Day 2?
Day 2. Yeah, well, it's hard to actually count which days was the beginning of the lockdown because I think the word was still never said. But I think, pretty much since Boris said that they will have fines, it will be day 2.
It would be.
It will be day 2. You are still lucky that you can exercise. But we will bring some of the updates for you, and some may be a bit happier, some may be a little bit more serious today. We will start from the new news for us.
For us, yeah, that's affecting us in Spain at the minute.
Yeah. So we are going to have, we have emergency state now, and we had it till the end of March. And today the parliament actually voted. I think that by law, they actually had to wait to vote on it again because they can just do emergency state 2 weeks at a time. So they prolonged it for another 15 days till 11th of April. So we are at day 12 and we are supposed to have 30, yeah? So we are not even halfway in. And, of course, none of us knows how long it's going to take. I've seen some upsetting prognosis from a few mathematicians that it can be a little bit longer than we expect. I see that we have a few people. We have Niels watching. Oh, by the way, if you're watching from different countries, comment to us how is the situation in your country at the moment and how you're coping. It would be very interesting to know. We have Vim. We have,
and also stay on Vim.
Yeah, stay on Vim.
Because we've
talking
got
about black hole.
Yeah, some good news, some positive news. I don't know about you. I mean, this is probably quite obvious for people here in Tenerife and Spain and people who are catching up with us in the UK. I don't know how you feel at the minute now because lockdown started here March, and I'm being open and honest here. So our lockdown started 15th of March. Yeah. And obviously we had the news from Spain that we've now got that extended. And of course you're probably very aware of the news in terms of the severity here with Spain. Certainly sort of overtaking maybe the numbers of Italy.
Not Italy.
Not Italy, but
China.
China.
And Italy still sadly on the lead. Of
course, it's so terrible at the minute, but for me also it's starting to become difficult being isolated, and we're going to touch on a few number of points, and especially a little bit later on. We're going to talk about your own family in Poland. Now it's starting to
get to us. I mean,
almost an imprisonment at the minute for obviously good reasons about it, but it is difficult.
It starts being difficult. I think for me, the fact that we are locked for 30 days, fine. I can be a hermit, that's okay. Because we are trying to keep busy and we're busy. I think that the uncertainty, how long it's going to be, it's starting to get to us. And the fact that we don't know what it is that it's coming. Because one thing is being locked in the house, and another thing is what is happening in outside world while you're stuck in a house. Sadly, the numbers are not looking great at the moment. So today we had over 4,089 in total now died in Spain. Which is already more than it is in China. As we said, Italy is still on the lead with almost double. That's what it is. In Canary Islands today, collectively, because the government of Canary Islands didn't really say anything about specifically Tenerife, but on the Canary Islands we have 784 cases in total and 24 deaths. We slowly start to see some recoveries, but there are single people. As we know, the recovery process is quite lengthy. It will be a moment before we really see our peak. But I don't know what you guys are thinking. We kind of feel that maybe, possibly, on Tenerife, it will be quicker than in very, very busy cities that are used to, being very cramped. I mean, after all, we did send a lot of tourists back home. So there's not so
Plus, it's just, for both of us, and as well as others as well, seeing the same four walls. of course, obviously we've been told you can only go out for emergencies or absolute necessities. So yeah, if you have to go to the supermarket, then get your essentials. However, it doesn't mean it's an excuse to go out and use it as an excuse to go and buy cigarettes or alcohol.
Or chips.
Or chips. Or crisps.
Or crisps, sorry. So American.
The UK it's crisps.
Crisps.
And we're actually not even allowed to do that as a kind of an escape or an excuse to actually go and nip down to the shop. And because we've heard reports, we've read reports, we've seen it on all sorts of news feeds. There's now heavy fines for just going out and getting drink.
This was not the news outlet where we read it on. It was one of the groups, I think, when someone said that actually their friend got a hefty fine because police now apparently, allegedly, is allowed to check the bags of your shopping, and that there were a few people that have gotten the fines for either going for beer, for crisps, or just not having a receipt and just carrying something. Apparently you have to have receipt on you if you're carrying your groceries so they can see that you just went. You cannot just, take eggs in your bag and walk around. It's definitely quite strict in here. And even though, I was going now strictly for necessary shopping to supermarket, like every 7 days, at least the thought that you can just, if you need to, if you're going crazy, you can go down to the store and buy a coffee. At least that thought in your head made you a little bit more sane, but not knowing that we can't is a big weight on us. I haven't been out, I didn't step a foot outside of the house for 3 days. You've been going to rubbish bins and so you've seen the world.
Well, I haven't really, because I haven't seen anybody at all. No. I know, just going back to seeing pictures of the UK, you still have that slight bit of freedom of movement.
Exercise.
Certainly the exercise is, how many times we want to do exercises on a balcony? And
in rain.
and here's both of us. It's absolutely freezing today. It's been rain. It's not been heavy rain. It's that, as Peter Kay would say, it's that fine rain that soaks you. That's what it's been. Yeah. That's what it's been like. So it's not a case of you can go out and exercise on the balcony. So we have actually now for a couple of days now been confined to inside.
And this actually makes a big difference for me because I tend to sit on the balcony quite a long time and at least look afar. I know that our freezing, which is 17 degrees for Niklas, who is watching in northern Sweden, and we have your sister now watching us from UK. We have Poland, we have Holland. So we know it's not freezing, but we have probably even colder 16 degrees at home. And if you don't believe me, I'm sitting with a hot water bottle and drinking chamomile tea. And my feet are still ice cubes. Oh, great. It's amazing sunshine in Manchester. Thank you, Anne. Now you guys get some sun. At least you can maybe go out for your walk and catch some. We will probably have some sun later on as well. Shall we go to our Tenerife?
Yes. News? So locally on Tenerife, this, I'll tell you what, I think you probably saw from my face yesterday. I was almost in tears. I feel like a little bit like now. Such a good positive news. And just a little bit of background. Obviously, Tenerife has been a big holiday destination. And of course, we've got plenty of entertainment. And these guys, they're an absolutely fantastic rock band. I see them plenty enough every week through working through Harley's American Restaurant down in Tibiscus on the front in Tenerife. And it's the Black Hole Band. And 3 weeks ago, we got told that one of the band members, Mateo, the bass player, we was told, they came up, they're a 3-piece band, and obviously Mateo was missing one night, they had a fill-in, and we were just told he was sent to hospital. He went into hospital. Not much was really known about it at the time. This was 3 weeks ago, and of course, because we're in terms of, disasters or bad news and so on, we do tend to try and put a brave face on it and be joking about it. And of course, COVID-19, coronavirus, had come up. And we just thought, even at the height of that 3 weeks ago, that it was nothing really. And of course, Vim, I hope Vim's still watching now. Bless you. He come up with a message on Facebook yesterday and just basically mentioned that Mateo had been in hospital diagnosed with COVID-19. And I'll just show you actually just a snippet of video footage. It is quite, again, just to say about this is we're going through this and I didn't know anybody at all with COVID-19.
It still felt a bit virtual.
So we'll just show you this now. We'll talk over it. So this is Mateo actually, and the good news is he's been taken off his ventilator and he's now on the road to recovery. The first
after 3 weeks of being on ventilator.
The first of many. So he's been in hospital intensive care for 3 weeks, and bless him, and thankfully, he is on the road to recovery, and God bless you. You can see now, Vin's CRUZ, absolutely everybody has commented and said all their good wishes and well wishes. He's an absolutely lovely guy. Obviously, I know him personally through working at Harley's. Just don't know what to say about my heart. Kind of like goes out to him and his family. Just an absolutely miracle
that he's
recovered. Mm-hmm. And also, really, it's really hard to sort of get a grasp of what this disease is actually doing. But you can see there, and he's just one of many, and he's the first of many here, and hopefully there's more that will recover from this terrible disease.
Mm. And sadly, when those things kind of get to you, as I said, like until yesterday it was quite virtual, kind of like unreal, because you just hear of someone that maybe knew someone, but you don't really know them. And, you're walking around and you're like doing your thing, you're trying to be positive, and you think that someone will get hurt by it, but not you by anyway. And all of a sudden there is someone that that might have a problem with that. I yesterday also got a message. I don't want, because that's very personal to me, so I don't want to go too much in depth with it either. But I know that my family is watching as well. We had a family member taken to hospital in general with pre-existing health conditions, suspected of having coronavirus. For today, we still don't have result, and there is a hope that it's not it. But even the scare itself, because it's not confirmed that it's not either, even the scare itself is significant. And when you actually know how everything is being handled, how serious everything is, how the sanitation, what is it called? The sanitation thing is calling you and ask whoever you've been communicating with for 2 weeks, or there are people coming to your family house in the orange suits. It becomes real. I wasn't there, so for me it's in a way it's still kind of virtual, but it's happening to someone who can be close to me, and it gave us also the realization that we are not at the finish line yet, and we don't know what's going to come. So it is what it is. Fingers crossed we're going to hear more amazing recovery stories than the bad stories. And yeah,
just get well. Well, going back, just get well, Mateo. All our love's out for you,
and keeps fingers crossed.
I will see you soon, and then back rocking again.
Yeah. By the way, I have a comment from my cousin that he might be change the subject a little bit. So he actually said, I have such a thought that we will seriously have to impose a lifestyle in the house, Because seriously, if this will go on, sitting in the houses will be made of people such as ivy-covered, lazy Neanderthals, troglodytes with obesity and divorce around the corner. So yeah, we definitely have to have a full lifestyle inside of the house. And if I would have any tip for any of you who is maybe struggling, is try to create new routine for yourself. Try to do the same things every day, but get up and get ready for the day. Like even getting out of pajamas is helping, I would say. Get up, get your coffee, whatever you need. I take my coffee, I call my mom. I have a routine. I get ready and I find something productive to do. And having anything productive to do during the day will give you a little bit sense of purpose. And make sure you do something nice for yourself every day.
Definitely. I think we've started doing that, actually. Started to have more of a routine, and also having a routine. Not that we've had an argument or anything like that, but
no, we actually didn't. No.
A healthy distance. You see what I mean? To have that routine where you do one thing, I do another, and it is a case of we've done it naturally where it's been separate rooms.
Yeah.
I've worked on something, you've worked on something, and it's not been in the same room. It's been isolated in the separate rooms. So we've got our own space and we're working on things. So it kind of feels like
you still have your own space.
Well, you have your space, but you have that work routine though as well.
Yeah, and I think that what I noticed is because we generally work opposite shifts, so we are not spending a lot of time together. We had that feeling that we have to spend every waking moment together for the first 2 days, and that was kind of, we were sitting on top of each other talking to. Well, I probably was talking to you. More than you were talking to me. Yeah, we got into the routine, and even though we're in separate rooms, I still know that you're there. You still know that I'm there. If we need something, we can take a pause. We can have a snack and everything. But we can also focus on doing other things, because at the beginning I felt guilty if I just wanted to go and watch a YouTube video. I'm like, no, we should always be together, And now it's nice and healthy, I would say.
And it sort of happened that naturally.
Yeah, it's not like go to the other room and do your own thing, no.
I think you kind of like automatically work out like you need a bit of space. You need to have a bit of a switch off, and I need to concentrate on something, you need to concentrate on something. And so we've done isolation within isolation.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think what is useful, like, because we are at the house at the same time, if you need my advice or my opinion, or I need your advice or opinion, we can still go to each other and we can make things happen a little bit. Rafa, I think also it's important to support each other in this routine. Yeah, I definitely think so. And you know what? It's easy for us to say because we don't have, 17 people in a household and 3 dogs. So we understand that for some people it will be a little will be a little bit more difficult, for my friend Joanna with 2 kids and a newborn baby,
Sarah,
my sister as well. Sarah is watching with 2 kids. We are here saying how nice we can have our own space in 2 different rooms, but we know that some people don't even have time to go alone to the toilet. So
I just wish this one was out.
Oh yeah, we just wish the sun was out.
Because obviously the only time we can go out is actually, we're quite fortunate that we've got a big balcony. But now that's been limited. A no-zone, so we've not been able to go out. So for 2 days.
We could go out. I was sitting today and speaking on Skype, but it's not as pleasant. Let's just say that. Yeah.
That's a good point, though, and that's another Yanis to learn things online as well, which is what we have been doing. So, and it is point. There's absolutely loads of stuff. Okay, it depends on what your interests are. So, my interest is in a lot of things, in digital production, as well as web development and SEO. I've been in, if you didn't know what, search engine optimization, that kind of thing, digital marketing. So I've been doing most of my time. I've been doing online courses. Online courses or self-studying, which I wouldn't have been able to do, or if I did do, which it would have just taken me, a long time to progress with it. Now I'm just whizzing through quite a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff that I've been doing, that I've of course building up this studio, which takes me some development to do. So I've been, prioritise myself and get myself in the zone. However, sometimes, again, it comes down to priorities and routine. you're telling me to break away.
Yeah.
I could end up doing this.
You never break away.
24/7.
But that's what I was going to
say. But the other interesting thing is let us know what what other people have been doing.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
Because it might be, completely different interests altogether. I know some people have been learning a language online, which again I should do, but I've run out. I always run out of time. Never have any time, even like now.
But you're this kind of person, I was going to say. Even when we had one day off together and we would be driving somewhere, you're constantly reading how to do certain stuff, how to learn something new. So it is drilled in you, and you can't stop sometimes. Okay. Which it's good, especially at the time, because you have time to rest. So we are also trying to think about the future. I think that's quite significant thing. Think about what you can do now to improve your life in the future. Whether it is, maybe I have more time to learn cooking new recipes. Maybe I'll become more healthy instead of just eating crisps every day or pork scratchings, which I do. Maybe you want to exercise. Maybe you never did a press up. Sorry. Maybe you never did a press up. Maybe you want to learn a language. Maybe you think that in your work you could profit from some new skills that you can do. And as you said, it's different for everybody else.
Yeah, no, it is. It's obviously it's important for your mind as well. And the other worry is, I guess no one knows what's going to happen after. Not just getting over the virus, obviously, the economy as well. So, just keep progressing forward. There's a lot of positives in this as well. The positives are is, you don't have to sit on your backside and not do anything. Most people do have the tools to go out there and learn online. It just depends on what your interest is. But there is certainly plenty of things. Interesting one would be, let us know what you are doing, how you are sort of engaging yourself and being creative and learning new things online.
Well, actually, Rafa was asking what courses can we recommend, and do we know some platform with online courses? There is plenty. Like the one that comes to my mind is Skillshare, because there you can take all sorts of courses, even photography, editing. Courses online for languages you can find everywhere. Like some people are just doing Duolingo even for 10-15 minutes a day, which is also good, but you can sign up for stuff as well. We ourselves, I still am about to sit down to our SEO course.
Yeah, Agata's going to be doing SEO.
Yeah, so search engine optimization.
An SEO marketing course.
Yeah.
I don't know what course I'm doing next.
Well, you are more doing it step by step. Sorry?
Could you switch my brain off sometimes?
Yeah, that's meditation and mindfulness. How about that? We will contact Brian to help.
But what we will do is on a separate page, we'll follow up and we'll give you. That's a good idea. Is we'll create a little blog post that we'll refer to on Facebook, and we'll list resources where you can go off to different areas for learning online for free.
Exactly. Yeah, because there's quite a lot of stuff. I know as well that for those of you who like reading, for example, there are certain platforms. I don't think Audible is doing it. I know that in Poland, Empik is doing that. They're giving a lot of free audiobooks. And I've heard about radios that have podcasts that you can listen for free that you couldn't before. And, sometimes reading a valuable book also is taking a course, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
I don't know what kind of sentence that was. Pavlak 2020.
Any update from your end with regards to Poland? I'm in Poland.
Well, with regards to that, we have a bit of a tough time with our member of the family being ill at the moment, as that I talked about previously. But apart from that, we're trying to keep in the good spirits. My mom had a cold, we think, that she's recovered from, so that's good. And apart from that, everything is good. And a lot of my friends that I'm in daily contact with my 6 of my girl friends since high school, they still are able to work from home. So that also keeps them sane, and they can ask grandparents to look after the kids. So they're doing absolutely fine now.
I know that's the hardest thing, isn't it? Because it's not, people do have ill health, Especially at the minute where, everyone now is in that position with isolation, just getting that bad news and how you react to that, because we're very limited on movement at the minute. So.
Yeah, and I think that's not to get too dark. I'm gonna try. But as soon as something happens and you can't be with your family, then it really hits you that you're locked down.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. But again, it comes down to, we've said this before in previous episodes, is we've got the tools, we've got the technology. I can speak now probably more to people I haven't spoken to for a long time. Close friends. My mum will know. James, he contacts me every day. I've not actually heard of him for about 2 years, and just because of this, he speaks to me every single day.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Yeah, and it is like that with many members of the family. I'm fortunate, that my cousin is now with my grandpa as well. My grandpa is 94 years old this year, and because my cousin has iPhone with him, I can actually video chat my grandpa. Because if I call him, he thinks it costs me so much money that he always cuts the conversation. So at least now I can also talk to them every day, and it's nice being able to spend with them.
I guess the other thing is, because I've got out of this for the last 2 days.
Yeah, you need to work out.
I'm supposed to have been working out, but I've not been able to. Now, some people will basically say, well, you could do that inside.
But we cannot take cameras out. I mean, yeah, you could do it inside, but the cameras,
quite small.
No.
I don't want a sweaty mess inside. I much prefer it to do it outside.
Yeah.
What's the weather forecast for tomorrow? Please tell me
rain.
It's sunny. Is it rain?
Yes.
Well, it looks like I'm not going to be doing a workout.
Day after tomorrow, for another 4 days, it's supposed to be sunny. So fingers crossed, because my feet are ice cubes. Okay. I need some warmth. I used to live in northern Sweden, so this inside of that apartment is colder than inside apartment in northern Sweden. I'm not joking. I don't know what kind of sorcery this is, but that's true. All right, what can you see from us next then?
What next? I think we're going to have a slight little different change. We're going to go live. There's a little bit of something special.
Oh.
Hey?
Oh.
Shall I show it now?
Yeah, go on then.
Shall we? How about Mr. DJ James in the house going live tomorrow night? Now I'm thinking going live tomorrow night with all the shebangs, the decks, the music, the mixes from the 90s, maybe a little bit of the 80s, but you don't really know that much of the 80s.
No, I don't. I've heard of them.
But some of the classics, and we're going to go live with a DJ set tomorrow night.
Yes.
How's about that?
And then as soon as the sun comes out, we're going to be going live with exercising as well, because we really want you guys to torture us. And also we need that for our mental health as well.
Yeah. So tomorrow...
Rock party, Yanis said.
So tomorrow we're going to go proper live, pumping out the tunes in
the house.
In the house. I was going to do it during the day, but I haven't got a swimming pool. It's not Kaluna Beach Club.
Yeah.
We haven't got any cocktails in place.
No. But tomorrow is Friday, so Friday we're gonna have DJ in the house.
And it's Friday, so it makes sense to have it as a Friday night. Time-wise, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But it'll be tomorrow night.
Yes.
So if you want to rock out and party, or if you suggest a good time for yourself, then let me know and put a comment below. But it'd be definitely something after 10 o'clock. I can't even say it. It's DJ James
in the house.
In the San Eugenio Alto posse.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. We hope to drop the bass thing.
Don't you worry. Exactly. I'll be dropping the bass.
Exactly. All right. We're going to come back to you then tomorrow with a little bit happier life then.
Yeah, so we're going to have a little more of a happier show with some music pumping away.
Yeah. Take care, look after yourself, sit in bloody home, and don't you move, and don't buy unnecessary shopping. Remember, you can get fined for that as well. Be safe, be reasonable, be active.
Yes. Stay safe, guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.